Hello viewers and welcome to Victory for England. Victory for England is my first Let's Play sort of video and probably my first post up on YouTube, my first upload to YouTube, so big first for me. The reason I'm making this video is partially just for the heck of it and for fun, but I've watched some other videos of guys putting up Let's Play sort of videos for Medieval Total War, strategy advice for Medieval Total War, and I'm a big fan of Medieval Total War 2. And the one thing that I noticed is a lot of people did the England campaign. I mean, it is also an easy campaign, but a lot of people chose England as their faction, and they seemed to me to really sort of bog down certain points. They weren't very aggressive, and but they were good. They were good videos, and I enjoyed watching them. Just I wanted to represent a more aggressive strategy in Medieval Total War 2, because after all, it is Total War, and sort of reflect that into the game and show how much you can achieve quickly, especially in the beginning of the game in the sort of unstable, uncertain beginning before everyone really gets to focus. If you can really, take hold of the moment, it'll work out very nicely. So I'm going to play this on very hard difficulty for both battle difficulty and campaign difficulty. It'll be a long campaign, of course, with England, and there will be battle time limits. I'm going to manage the cities and show you exactly what I'm building to get this done. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so here we go. First turn in the campaign. As you can see, it's just the base starting turn. I haven't altered anything in the game. I know a lot of people like to make it so that 2 years don't pass every turn. I also think it's a little ridiculous, but I haven't altered that. It's in its purest form. There's no mods in the game. It's just as is. I do have kingdoms installed too, but I'm not playing any of the specific kingdoms battles. So let's get into what I was saying earlier about a little more aggressive strategy. First thing I want to do is take all my units, take them all out of London. Besides maybe William the Conqueror. A couple reasons I'm not going to bring William. I mean, a lot of people would bring him to conquer things with. I mean, why not? He's a conqueror, and he's got a great unit, which is the General's Bodyguard. It's really, see where's the thing to show the actual unit itself. Anyway, okay, I don't know where it is right now. I've seen it before, but honestly, he's an old king. He's already 50. He's gonna die in about 15 turns. He'll be dead. Also, I don't want him getting bonuses from the combat that my heir can get. I'm much more interested in my heir here, Prince Rufus, getting these bonuses and being an awesome king. Because King William the Conqueror, he's okay on authority, general acceptance, His Majesty, he's a competent ruler. And I like to have an authoritative king we're going to listen to, no problems coming sneaking up out of the back or anything. But we're going to go ahead and move all available forces to the army here with Prince Rufus. I'm not going to explain how to do everything here in the game. I believe that, most other videos have covered that pretty well, and if you're just going to play the game and do the tutorial, you'll figure out more or less what's what. But I want to get into the strategy here. I've got Nottingham here, and I'm going to build as many decent units as possible. I don't want peasants, but I don't consider them really decent, but as many decent units as possible. That's because I'm going to pursue this aggressive strategy and style, and I'm going to need men. I'm going to need them fast, and I'm going to need to hit them hard with them. So, producing men in all my unit producing areas is a top priority. I'm also going to take all my guys, bunch up the armies, and move them right on to conquering, because conquering is aggressive. Bring the ship in here to move out. Now, another thing about being aggressive that probably most people wouldn't do is I'm going to make a ballista maker here. I don't have any ballista makers right now. And the thing about a ballista maker is it's going to get me siege weapons. That's going to empower me to conquer settlements in one turn. I can just show up at a settlement. I don't have to lay siege to it. I can just use the ballista to shoot down walls, especially now when the walls are small in most settlements, and to kick gates in. And kicking gates in is important. It's also a lot of fun. But a lot of other people might opt for these more economic things here, like the port, the fairground, the land clearance, all these things that are going to get me, the mines, they're going to get me more money in the long run. These I'm going to wait for. Actually, wait for that port a little longer. because I think it's very important to get these out early so I can deal with Scotland. Because let's go take a look at Scotland, my spy. Scotland right now has a decent-sized military to start with, kind of like I do. They only have one province. And if I start laying siege to the Scots, somebody named the Pope is not going to be pleased about that. He's no big fan of the Holy Roman Empire, but he's pretty much got me and the Scots on equal footing. And if I come out the aggressor against another Catholic, Pope's not going to be happy. And he's going to tell me to stop. I don't want that to happen. I want to take Scotland and destroy their faction because they're a hindrance to me. I want to unite the British Isles, and I want to use this as my breadbasket for launching attacks into northern France and then heartland France. Because France is basically just on my list. Let's put it that way. The French and the English, never got along too well. As far as security, a little longer term, the Danes, the Portuguese, and the Spanish, the people who really get over here on the island with their boats and start dropping people off and making trouble. And I want to ally with the Danes. I want to do that for two reasons. One, because I don't want them dropping in and just attacking my guys over here. Two, because the Danes are on the other side of the Holy Roman Empire in France. Meaning that about early mid-game, when I'm conquering France and starting to go to war with either Milan or the Romans, aka the Germans, the Danes are going to be up here, and they're not going to be messing with me here. They're not going to be messing with me there. I'm going to be okay. And this is if the Danes were be messing with me, it's kind of hard to hold all this off. I'm going to have to capture the Antwerp and Bruges. I'm going to have to hold some bridges here and here and here. It's annoying. Whereas, if the Portuguese and the Spanish are the ones giving me the trouble, well, I can capture these settlements right here, and then later when I have more time, capture the settlements that are over here, these Portuguese settlements, and I can hold this very small area against major land infractions coming out of Spain from the Portuguese and the Spaniards.